Also, Beef Nardo, you can check out the other channel that we're going to have a live game on, twitch.tv/BeefNardo. And there, let me double check who's going to be facing off. It is going to be Where's My Tiny versus Refresh Gaming. So, guys, the hype is real. Thank you so much for joining us today. And here we go. Team Hard versus Wards and Base. Game 1. This is going to be a best of 3. And this is the winner's bracket to start off the day. And 2 very strong teams are going to hit it off. Who knows? Place your bets, guys.
When the colors fade and it turns to gray, we'll calmly walk away from the fray. When structure falls and all else fails, we will build it once again. We can climb high, higher than before, or we could stand by while it burns to the floor, though we cannot fly. We will build and the wounds will mend as we build it once again.
All right, guys, so I think we're having a little bit of a trouble here with some of the people joining the game. Oh, there we go. The last one's just joined in now. So we are stepping into the draft. Like I said, Wards and Base versus Team Hard first game. And let's actually take a look at how everybody's doing in the brackets, if I have that information up here. I don't have that information right now, unfortunately. Well, I thought I did. Anyhow, it is going to be Tide Viper that had left the group stage on top, and at the moment, Cheetah Girls, who were at the top of Group A, are going to be facing off against no one right now. They're not playing right now. It is Where's My Tiny versus Refresh Gaming, like I said, in Beef Narny, and this is Team Hard versus Wards and Base. Beef Nardo, pardon me. So, all right. Guys, this is competing for $100 first place in the grand finals, and second place is going to have $25. But there is plenty of time for some of this to fluctuate. We do have a buy-in from the Cheetah Girls in the second set of best of threes today. We also have a buy-in from Tide Viper. So in the meantime, these 2 teams, which are second and third place, are going to be facing off in the first game. And just for this game, it is me alone. And you can follow me on Twitter at @HardSupportDota. Send me a tweet. You can also send a tweet to #HBCC if you want to be involved, guys. Take a selfie. Hey, check this out. If you haven't seen this from last time, we are having selfies, and we do show them on the stream. So if you want to show yourself on the stream, show you stuff, show you excitement, build the hype a little bit, make sure you send that hashtag off to #HBCC to spread that hype out a little bit further. Okay, so Wards and Base. Let's talk about the draft a little bit. So they do have the Tide and the Juggernaut band out. Very, very expectable at this point. Man, did Juggernaut ever get so much play towards the beginning of this tournament? And we've seen him picked up a lot in pro games a lot recently as well. And they're going to pick up with an axe. So that's pretty aggressive first pick. I feel like you have to adjust your... Yeah, you certainly have to make adjustments to cope with an axe. So we'll see if the intention here is to go with an aggressive off lane. Perhaps he'll be dual laning with someone. just to basically take out the bottom lane of Team Hard, and that is very effective. I love Axe played on the Dire side against the Radiant. I think it works great. And Team Hard answers by banning out the Death Prophet, banning out the Lycan. Two heavy duty pushers. They do pick up the Faceless Void. Okay, so they get the Disruptor and the Faceless Void, so that's going to be a pretty good combination for Disrupt. If they have a particular hero they're trying to lock down, Disruptor, of course, with Glimpse, though it has quite a cooldown. Glimpse is incredible for locking down someone that you're really trying to track during the beginning of these team fights, and then silencing up with the Static Storm. So Viper, okay, so they're not going to put the Viper against the Axe. They're going to put the Viper with the Axe. So, wow. Not only do you got to run from the Viper, but you got to run from the Axe as well. So you got two reasons to run. Just want to say, everybody, welcome to those who are viewing this game right now. We do have twitch.tv/beefnardo for our other game. You can also check out our multi-Twitch, which is multi-twitch.tv/beefnardo/hard support. So don't miss any of the action. Don't catch any of the action. Don't miss any of the action, rather, by making sure that you have the multi-Twitch open. And then you can also go back and forth with the chat and see what the other guys are talking about as well. Okay, so the Lion is going to be banned out next. Not wanting to deal with that burst. The IO is going to be banned out as well, so... Okay. IO Axe can be fairly effective. I don't think IO Axe is played as well as it could at this level of play. I think that pro play with Axe generally seems to fare a little bit better. I don't mind an IO with the Troll Warlord. They still could go for, yeah. So they ban out the now they're banning out the Skywrath Mage. Skywrath is incredible at zoning out someone like an Axe. Skywrath, in my opinion, is one of the best harassers early game. And one of the best supports all around, just incredible silence. If you watch my stream at all, just while I'm casually playing, you'll know that if there's one hero that I play, it's a Skywrath Mage. And he has such an incredible silence. The distance that he can actually fire the silence off is great. I think it's 600 or 700 radius that he's able to fire it off at, and it lasts for up to 6 seconds on level 4. So 3 seconds scaling up to 6 seconds, and that's huge. That's absolutely massive. Death Prophet also has a similar silence, but one of the best silences in the game, bar none. All right, the Brewmaster, they say they don't want to face off against that, especially Faceless Void. He doesn't want to fight against a Brewmaster, get through 3/4 of the way, bringing him down in the Chronosphere, just to find out afterwards that Brewmaster is going to split. And so, yeah, he's going to want to keep that out of the lane. And this next pick, of course, third pick, it says a lot about the draft. It says a huge amount about the draft and where they're going to go here strategically. So far, we see Wards and Base has a lot of slow, and they really want to deal against some melees right now. Axe, of course, loves melees. And Viper, he says, hey, man, if you don't got a ranged attack, I'm just going to pick you down. Let's fight whenever, bro. So that's very, very strong. Razor, I really like that. Okay. So what Razor can do is with his plasma field, he's able to send it out, and he wants his heroes to be far away. He wants his heroes, the heroes that he's facing, to think that they're in a little bit of a position advantage when they're not, because plasma field has such a long range. So I think that's going to be great against Viper. It's going to be great against Axe. Viper's going to be returning a little bit of that damage. Not too bad though against Razor. He should be able to stand up fairly well. And Lich, okay. So Lich ult, Chain Frost. He's going to cross his fingers and hope that Faceless Void is going to not get the best Chronospheres here, even if he traps one of his own heroes, if he's caught in the Chronosphere, and then has to all of a sudden deal with the Chain Frost. That's going to be huge against him. He's going to want to get out of there, so. Okay. So they are getting a bit of an armor buff with this Chain Frost. Viper, pretty tanky as well, but they're gonna certainly benefit with this armor advantage. A lot of range here. If we look at Team Hard, Razor he's very comfortable from a distance attacking these guys. Of course, the Axe Viper picks are certainly causing Team Heart to shy away from melees. But there we go. Abaddon doesn't mind. He says, okay, I'll just give you some aphotic shield and some borrowed time, sir. How does that sound? If you don't want to deal with some ranged heroes, well, that's fine. I'll just go in as a melee and give it to you right in the face. Little rat hook with aphotic shield. How does that sound? Witch Doctor is going to be next. Okay, so these are guys that really don't want to be part of this Chronosphere party when Faceless Voids decides it's time. They really want to be out. Witch Doctor is going to help with a little bit of sustain with Axe, so we're likely going to be seeing Witch Doctor famously going with Axe and cutting off the bottom safe lane. And depending on what the last pick is, it could be a Lich. It could be a Lich Viper dueling. I mean, that could be very strong. Viper certainly holds himself well in lane. So yeah, we could see the Lich Viper, Axe, Witch Doctor split lanes, and that would leave us just with another mid. And some guesses here. C-Moosey from the chat saying that Hunter likely going to be going on the Viper. And I don't know quite enough about Hunter rather to know if he's more of a mid hero or if he's more of a carry hero. I do think that this Viper Lich combination is going to work in lane, so we'll see what they have in mind for that. Faceless Void likely going with the Abaddon and the Disruptor in the safe lane. And what I do like here is Abaddon is going to be able to soak up, or he's going to be able to choose who's going to be soaking up all that damage from Axe. And Axe is going to take it to the face, of course, which is what Abaddon does best with aphotic shield. So no, that really works. I think that works well. And we could see a Razor potentially off lane or mid. Centaur War Runner. Okay, so it is going to be Razor mid and Centaur War Runner off lane. Wars and base. What do you got up your sleeve here? What's going to be the mid hero? So Dire pick. Dire has banned out rather the Ogre Magi. They've also banned out the Skywrath Mage, like we were talking about. So not wanting to deal with a lot of those real strong supports. But Ogre Magi also is in off lane. So they were saying, okay, we really don't want to have to deal with that Ogre Magi. We don't want to have to deal with that ignite. We don't want to have that slow. Because as much as Viper and Axe are heroes that they control the positioning, they really don't want to get slowed. Because Axe, of course, he's no good if he doesn't get a Berserker's Call off. Well, he's certainly far less effective. We don't see Battle Hunger used as a primary source of damage, of course, and that's just his ranged. And Viper, he wants to chase down. He's a chase master. So he is going to be banning out, and they want to have as much mobility as possible. They still got to deal with Centaur War Runner here with Stampede. So they're going to be able to run away from the Axe and Viper, which is good. They're also going to be able to run away from the Lich, hopefully in different directions. Fingers crossed, avoiding the Chain Frost extra bounces. Witch Doctor ult as well. But they have 1 minute and 9 seconds to decide, and we'll see what they pick. Team Hard gonna go with Troll Warlord. Okay, so I don't know if I actually said it out loud or not. It was a thought I certainly had. But okay, gonna be the Troll Warlord. And we do see Hunter. There you go, C-Moosey. You were 100% correct about Hunter playing the Viper this round. Guys, this is the Hungry Bros Challenger Cup. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And here we go. Thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be a great day. And who do we got here on Wards and Base? We got Gorgs on the Lich. We got Frankie Crisp on the Axe. We have Hunter playing the Viper like we talked about. Nox on the Troll Warlord. And that leaves us with Witch Doctor played by Kaysen McClimps. And who do we got on Team Hard here? We got Tile on the Disruptor. We have Razor played by Sharktopus. Abaddon can be played by Dedrake. Faceless Void played by Born Hater. And that leaves us, of course, with Kiss and Tell playing the Centaur. We can see that they're already positioning themselves. They're going to want to go for these early runes. Don't think I see any smokes anywhere at the moment. Yeah, they're just going to go straight for those rune contests. And are they going to go for possibly canceling here one of these pull camps? Could be Centaur War Runner either going for vision or just canceling one of the caps. We'll Time will tell, of course. We do have a disconnect at the moment. Born Hater had a little bit too much hatred for his internet. Now it's payback time. The internet's saying, if you're going to hate me, I'm going to hate you, son. Well, hopefully he's able to connect fairly soon. Guys, look at this. Look at this. This is such a cool logo. Man, Team Heart, I love this. And I'm supposed to get this reference. It was mentioned to me before, but guys, I am so sorry. Help me remember here. Who is this? I think his name is Hard. And I don't know exactly which game he's from, but I know that his name is Hard. Let's check out these dudes. Words and Bass, look at this. I think this might be new. Pretty funky stuff, guys. Words and Bass. Man, they got the banners. Looks great. Well, you know what? After doing some work with Dota Regions, and which, by the way, right now, the finals is happening. The semifinals, pardon me. The finals are going to be tomorrow. The semifinals are happening right now for Dota Regions, twitch.tv/Dota Regions. Those are my buds. If I'm not here, I'm over there, and we're kind of a team. If they're not over there, they're over here. And of course, these teams that make these tournaments happen are more than just one or two guys. There's a team of about 10 core people that really make this tournament work. And Dota Regions is no exception as well. They got such exciting stuff going on. And I'm not sure exactly who's playing at the moment. You can check it out at dotaregions.com. But those are my bros. And they as well have a very exciting tournament close-up scheduled for this weekend. So check them out. But in the meantime, we got this. Oh, right. This is what I was going to talk about, right? Come on, Dan. Come on. So Dota Regions, some of the teams, very, very high level. But unfortunately, even the really high level teams, even guys that have like 20,000, 30,000 likes on their Facebook, haven't gotten to it yet to design any graphics yet for their team. So what we got is on our overlays, something that doesn't look too pretty all the time. So sometimes what I do is I'll say, okay, team, you don't got some overlays. Hey, or you don't got some in-game stuff. Hey, listen, man, let's design some stuff. Let's make some real good looking stuff for your team. And they're usually pretty excited about that. And the last one that we did that with actually was We Pick Heroes. We did some design for them, and they're a really good semi-pro team. A tier 2 team at the moment, but it's very possible that we could see them at the International 5 qualifiers. And by the way, guys, if you haven't heard yet about the International 5 qualifiers, you can check out the information. It is in August sometime. And I can't remember the exact details of when the games are during the week, but it is, as far as I know, a week long. Maybe I should pull that up right now. The Dota 2 blog. Well, I know that I'm coming. Okay, here we go. August 3rd to 8th. So it is a week long. It is TI5. It is Seattle, Washington once again. And I am going. So guys, if you're going to the International, hopefully I see you there. Let me know. Well, we got some time in the meantime to get some selfies on hashtag HBCC. Guys, I'm checking my Twitter right now and searching hashtag HBCC. If you want to get featured on this stream, even right now, as we have a little bit of time here before the reconnect happens, we can feature your face. And we do have, hashtag HBC. See, Adam B says, work never stops. That's exactly right, Adam. Work never stops. Hashtag HBCC. Heartbroken. And he's got his Instagram here. All right. Well, the Instagram. Whoa, we got a serious Instagram going on here, boys. Serious Instagram. Well, I'll leave it to our admin, James, to go check that out. Maybe to throw it up. Actually, I think I have a little bit of time to do that. We're just going to do a little bit of HTML hacking in the meantime. So to make sure I get the link address. Okay, here we go. Is this going to work? I think this is going to work. We're going to switch to this stat screen here, and I'm going to do something a little bit risky. This may blow up in my face, it may not. Who knows? It's HTML time with night vision. Here we go. Oh, guys, I think this is going to work. It's hard to type and talk. It's hard to HTML type and talk, especially if you're not a programmer. Okay, it's submitted. As we see, we're 5 minutes in. Shows one of the live games at the moment. Hey, huge shout out right now to James, aka Duck Guy, who's taking care of the administration of this event. On the fly, updating the stats, updating the leaderboard. So we can see here, Wars and Base is facing against Team Hard. Where's My Tiny is facing against Refresh Gaming. And we do see the buy-in here. Cheetah Girls and Tighter Viper offlane both have the buy-in. But here we go. The moment of truth. Did the HTML work, guys? Did the HTML work? It worked! Oh my goodness. Night Vision can still program, boys. That was all from memory. Way to go. Way to go, Night Vision. Pat on the back. All right, well, Adam B. Here is Adam B. He has sent a picture live to hashtag HBCC, and we're able to display him. Thanks, Adam B. Hey, buddy, hope your day at work goes well. And you're right, the work never stops. It never stops. Hashtag HBCC, guys, if you want your selfie features next. But we're going to jump back into the game. Maybe there's been some things that have changed. Maybe not. Okay, there has been a few things that have changed. I want to give some shout outs in the meantime to those of you who are in the lobby. Who do we got? Who do we got in the lobby? And I can do this. Not only I can do this because it's my tournament, I can do this because there's not too many of you guys. If there's 5,000 of you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. Just wouldn't be happening. But who do we got? Moderators, we have Daniel Nathana, who's also, of course, our programmer for the tournament. We have D Fireball. We have I Like Crayons, Just a Pro Noob, Marky1315, Valkyrie117, and for regular folk around here, not just regular folk, viewers of the Hungry Bros Challenger Cup, you guys are participants, and I got some cool stuff coming down the pipe. If you're just tuning in right now, you may have not heard yet. We're doing some cool giveaways. I'm talking about Crystal Maiden pictures signed by Puppy, donated by the Beyond the Summit staff. Serious stuff, guys. We're talking serious giveaways. Okay, moving on. Viewers, who do we got? We got TMG Harnef, Hamburgo, Hard Knocks. By the way, guys, huge shout out to Hamburgo. He's the overlord of me and all the other communities that I'm usually involved with on Twitch. Good to see you, Hamburgo. Hard Knocks, Junior 132798, Infectious Maniac, Frankie Crisp, Bread Burner, one of the most positive, cool guys we've seen on this Twitch, Ormagon, Johnny Messin FTSC, Chicobo, God's Not Dead 15, Chips, buddy. How you doing, sir? Mr. Catholic Ninja, Shoganza, Nina 2, Support the Rapist, Zokna Rush, B-Donk, Dota, B-Donk. How you doing, sir? Beef Nardo, Kason McClimps, Ghost Sharktopus, and Kitanshu. Rayvern asks, hey, Rayvern, it's you, man. Good to see you. The party can start now. Hunter's good one. Michael9241. We got some more here, but unfortunately, if I scroll down too far, it ain't too nice to me. Guys, we're going to keep you updated with some of those viewers a little later on. Unfortunately, my window ain't being so cooperative at the moment, but you know what? That's not all that's not being cooperative. It's also the internet here. We're seeing of Born Hater. So it's time to go ahead and read through some of this chat to see if for the last 20 minutes I should have actually recreated the game or not. Well, I know that there's definitely a few people here today that are having some internet issues, but we're going to be patient. We're going to have some great entertainment lined up in the meantime. So I wonder if I actually get a preview of the picture that Puppy signed. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I think the Beyond the Summit staff might be just sending it direct to whoever is going to win the giveaway today. They could not. I can't exactly remember. I need to double check. Okay, well, this is plenty of time to go through some of these some of this feedback that I see in the stream at the moment. Dual lanes incoming, boys. That's right, Kivshaw. Uh-oh, Shoganza making the prediction that they lost. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's great to see all you guys in the chat. Guys, don't forget, you don't have to participate by simply giving money. You can also participate by sharing hashtag HBCC, sending a selfie, but you can also check out on Twitter @HeartSupportDota and share any one of the statuses about the tournament so far. Those are all huge helps, huge helps for making sure that we can get as much raise as possible for those who are hungry in Canada, specifically my city, Edmonton, Alberta, which is what this is all about. This is a fun tourney. There is a little bit of a prize pool. There is a little bit of hype, a little competition going on, but there's also a whole lot of generosity, a whole lot of giving, and that's really the spirit behind what we're doing here. So that is that. That is that. B-Donk, I see your message, sir. Actually, I don't see your message. I'm going to be checking messages, hopefully in between games here, but don't have much of a chance while I'm casting, of course. So thanks, I do see your message, and I'll do my best to stay on top of the 20 million things that are happening. Okay, Hunter going to pick out the bounty rune, and Razor also going to get the bounty rune. So 1 per team so far. And we are seeing some pinging out already. So yes, it is in fact the Faceless Void coupled up with the Abaddon and the Disruptor in this lane. Off lane Centaur Warrunner. Viper is going to be up against Sharktopus. And Razor and Viper both fairly strong mid laners here. And Viper would prefer to be against somebody a little bit squishier. Razor can get fairly tanky here. And he has decided to level up Static Link first, so that's going to give him a lot of damage if Viper decides to go on him. And of course, Viper wants to lock him in place and slow him down and continue on the hits. And Razor's going to be okay with that. If he can get enough right-click damage off from him, he's going to be pretty good with that. But it is going to be a little bit of a switch from what I originally said. Lich is going to be up with the axe in this lane. And they're not going to be blocking it off here. They're not going to cut the creeps. They instead are just deciding to take it on full head on. Probably realizing from the draft that, hey, this isn't going to work as well as we hoped, boys. They do have the aphotic shield, and they can just throw that on the Faceless Void. They can throw that on, well, he can keep that on himself and give the axe a lot of trouble. We're already seeing Faceless Void getting that aphotic shield help. All right, Centaur Warrunner, he's going to have to deal with some pulls here. Of course, Case and McClem's on top of the pulls. And Nox going to have a good time with farm in the meantime. So 7-2 so far this game. We do see the Viper leading last hits with 9-1. And Razor having a little bit of a harder time. A little bit behind, but not too bad so far. Viper, of course, is going to have a very superior laning presence. And Frankie Crisp, guys, this is what we were talking about. He's just going to soak up that damage that Axe wants to give. So as soon as Berserker's Call is going to be used on something, Aphotic Shield is going to be the immediate response here. And which is very, very good counter pick. I think that's an excellent play. Frankie Crisp going on tile though, and Aphotic Shield is going to get used. Thunderstrike going to go on Frankie Crisp. He's going to get a glimpse back for a little bit of protection there. Teal almost falling, almost first blood, but he is going to manage to get away just barely. Not much mana at all, and I think he had about 10 health there when he was walking away. Walking with a little bit of a limp. Okay, guys, so what do you think? How do you think these lanes are going to go? How do you think? Some people are saying GG. I do think, okay, looking at this possibility here, Faceless Void is going to have huge mobility with this Chronosphere, with the Stampede in combination with the Time Walk and Chronosphere, so that's going to be huge. Wards and base, they do have some heroes that definitely want to stay outside of the Chronosphere. They are going to be pretty easy pickoffs if they do get trapped in the Chronosphere, so it's going to be huge to get the Chronosphere placements on point. If they are not on point, Faceless Void is going to have to deal with a bouncing around Chain Frost, and he's also going to have to deal with a Death Ward. So really, really important. He's going to want to specifically lock down the Troll Warlord. Viper's a little bit tanky, especially if he goes mech, but Troll Warlord is going to be a good target. Of course, squishies, when they're not going to be targeted, the squishy supports, it is going to be those guys. I like this. Sharktopus going ahead and contesting these runes at 4 minutes, making sure that he's getting the advantage. If he's not getting full advantage to these last hits, he is going to get advantage with the runes, as he's staying all over that. Okay, so Chips, I see what you're saying, brother. You're saying that the Dire team is having a little bit of a tricky draft here against the Faceless Void. I think that they do have an advantage simply because, I mean, in this lane, the off lane, we are seeing that Axe is really well countered. And if Axe isn't able to do anything with the Abaddon, oh, Nox is going to draw first blood there on Centaur War Runner. Got a little bit too far up, apparently. Yeah, and Witch Doctor getting a paralyzing cask. Interesting. Okay, so that was when the pull wasn't really even that effective. We do have another kill. The Abaddon going to be falling next, and now Frankie Crisp, he has a little bit of free reign. He does have the tower to deal with, of course, but Born Hater is exposed. Does not have the support at the moment. Wow, and we do see three deaths at the moment. So, okay, guys, draft might be superior on the Radiant, which is what I would agree with at the moment. But as far as execution, how it's working out, having a little bit more trouble than so it should seem on paper. Last hit's still looking really good, and even with getting these kills here, he's also getting the farm really well. Troll Warlord 27 and 6 at the moment, and Viper with 28 and 10. Axe doing really well as well. So the Radiant team obviously having some difficulties with farming 5 minutes of the game, and yeah, hopefully things get a little bit better for them. Faceless Void, he really needs this time to farm at the moment. He needs to get huge for this combination to work well. Everything is centered around those Chronospheres. So of course, like normal, so much pressure on the Chronospheres getting them off. Teal, oh no! No aphotic shield from him. He glimpses back a little bit of a Thunderstrike, but that's not going to do much at all. And, oh no, Abaddon unfortunately was rotated somewhere else in the meantime. And so that was a great opportunity to Axe go for that kill again, and that's going to bring it up to 4-0. Ouch. Okay, so Shoganza placing his bet, saying that Wards and Base looks like it's going to win. Wards and Base is the comeback team, apparently. Beef Nardo hosting for 6 viewers, and uh-oh, maybe there's a problem with this other game at the moment. Maybe not. Beef, hopefully things are going to be okay for you there. Guys, one way or another, Beef is most likely going to be hosting a game, even if his Twitch is a little bit temperamental at the moment. Be sure to go check it out in-game. And, oh, you know what? You might not be able to check it out in-game. Pardon me. Pardon me. We'll keep you updated, though, on the game, how it's going, as I get some information sent to me on the status of the game. Beef, if you want to give me an update, too. Troll Warlord still looking really good for last hits. Now picked up his phase boots and his Ring of Bassi, so he's going to be able to fire that on as soon as he's ready to push the lane. In the meantime, getting some armor, getting a little bit of mana, and allowing him to be a little more aggressive than he would have been with those wild axes when it comes time to taking down the Centaur War Runner. But yeah, the farm looking really good. Okay, guys, so you're saying that Wards and Base is the comeback team. The comeback team. We'll have to see. It doesn't look like they're needing to come back from much at the moment because they're at the front. They're at the front here as far as farming. Look, it continues. They continue to zone out the farm from the Faceless Void. Still only has 14 last hits at the moment. It seemed like that for the last 5 minutes. Blink now on Axe. So Axe is going to be able to start charging under the tower with the Faceless Void, of course, with a little bit of extra support. But here's the rotation. Serious rotations on top. We're seeing Centaur War Runner and Disruptor getting ready. He does have Glimpse up. Abaddon as well does have aphotic shield up. And are they going to be able to get a pick off here on either Kaysen, McClimps, or Nox? Nox is not going to have a stun. It would be good if they could lock down the Kaysen McClimps, because of course he does have the stuns for this fight available. Doesn't quite have Death Ward up, but he's going to lock down. Oh my goodness, in the meantime, Axe getting another kill. And Faceless Void is going to be down. That's going to prevent his extremely necessary farm from getting to where it needs to be. Thunderstruck going to be thrown on. Oh my goodness. Nox, even though Thunderstruck is going to take him down, he himself is going to fall. Ouch. Going to take down the Centaur War Runner. Again, a very important pick that they're taking off. TL, oh no, things are looking, oh nice, aphotic shield. No, it's not going to be enough. No escape, 7-1 so far, guys. Ouch, things are really hurting at the moment for Team Hard. In spite of this draft, they have not been able to pull it together. And they are steamrolling at the moment. Faceless Void still sitting on his magic stick at the moment. Wow, okay, so he's certainly not going for Midas. That's for sure. Yeah, wow, having a real tough game so far. And Beefnard, if you want to send me a message here about the status of your game, go ahead and do that. Fire it off to me. Yeah, so Faceless Void finally has Chronosphere up 10 minutes of the game. He's getting some free farm at the moment. We are seeing a rotation top. They're wanting to really start to get aggressive on this top tower, and I agree with them. I think the time is now. Even though they have the Faceless Void farming free for a moment, they do have quite an advantage in farm, so they're wanting to press their advantage and go ahead and take this top tower. Kizentel, he's going to try and go for the double edge. It's not going to be enough to take Frankie Crisp down, though. Dead Drake going to throw an aphotic shield to keep himself safe against the axe, but Teal, he's going to fall, and the Troll Warlord going to take him out. Plasma Field going down, but Frankie Crisp, Berserker's Call, going to trap Sharktopus in. There we go, Culling Blade, enough for the kill. 3 down, only 2 kills so far for Team Hard. They have not been able to successfully defend this tower, sacrificing 3 for 1 against this rotation. And what are they going to do, guys? What are they going to do? This is such a strong combination. We see the Troll Warlord with the axe. As soon as these guys start going on overdrive with these right clicks here on the enemy team, it's going to get insane. As soon as the level 1 Troll Warlord is already up, but level 2 and level 3 are going to be absolutely devastating. TL coming in. Okay, they do manage to get him in a kinetic field. The Thundershock. Oh, the Thunderstrike, pardon me, but Teal's going to fall anyhow. Stampede now, what are they going to get done? Frankie Crisp going to Berserker's Call, and that is going to stop the damage. No, not quite enough, though. Double Edge from a mile away is going to finish him off. Wow, so this farm, we do see the boots, the phase boots, the Drums of Endurance already on Viper, which is fairly standard time for those, in my opinion. It should be coming out pretty early. Drums is an aggressive build. Choosing to use the drums. Oh, that was a bit of a, yeah, it's a tough use of those, drums. We heard Hunter pop them off there, and not going to be going for the kill. But they do get the first tower. And this Faceless Void, relying on as much farm time as possible. Did get some free farm just a minute ago, but really we don't see a huge advancement ahead here in net worth. Let's switch to the net worth chart so we see, yeah, Troll Warlord. 5.4k net worth at the moment, and just picking up his Yasha. If he wasn't scary already, if he didn't have enough attack speed before, now he certainly does. So right now we can see his attack speed is 0.62 attacks per second, 260 attack speed, and that's gonna almost, yeah, see, that's gonna bump up to 60. And oh man, with Fervor as well, yeah, he's gonna be sitting at close to 320 attack speed if I'm right. So really crazy right now, attack speed already. Okay, so the commitment on the center tower, is it a little bit too aggressive here? Hunter, he's going to get the slow on D-Drake, but the Stampede's going to keep him safe. Sharktopus now, he's going to throw out, oh man, he's taking it. The Chain Frost did a huge amount of damage there. Maybe not quite enough. Borrow Time is going to proc on Dead Drake. The Berserker's Call, no Culling Blade, and they're going to have the speed now against Sharktopus. Oh, Axe is going to fall against the Razor, but Sharktopus, he's going to fall. That's 3 for 2 trade for this center tower attempt from both teams. Nice rotation back in from wards and base. They only lose 2 defending against the entire team, taking out 3, so that's pretty big. They hold on to their tower, and this tower is going to go. No, well, yeah, it should go. They have a glyph, they pop it, but we're expecting to see this come down fairly easily. Troll Warlord, huge advantage against these towers with the Yasha, Battle Trance, and the Fervor. So Troll Warlord picking up the Yasha first and leaving it to Viper to take on the Drums of Endurance. I think that's an important pick. Obviously, the drums are going to stack well with Troll Warlord. Any extra attack speed they can get is going to help. But Troll Warlord doesn't need that. He doesn't need that extra attack speed personally. The team does, but he doesn't need that. So I'm glad that he was investing his money on this Yasha instead. You know, the more I think about it now, I wonder how effective Drums was. I'm not sure that was the most effective pick. So it is giving an aura move speed. It is giving an aura attack speed. I think that the aura move speed is probably what they were going for in this case. Just a little bit more mobility. And of course, Case and McClinks and Gorgs are wanting to be really careful of that Chronosphere. But we could see the first real big Chronosphere fight. Well, hopefully Born Hater is able to get it off. Double damage is on Viper at the moment here. Okay, and the net worth, continues to skyrocket. So going for a Sanjin Yasha, Troll Warlord, ultimate speed build. Let's see what other kind of items we got developing here. Disruptor has his urn for these fights. Razor now, he's going to be just going straight to Aghanim Scepter and trying to have some push of his own. They weren't able to take... Oh, we just missed it. Axe able to get Centaur War Runner jungling there. And man, they sure have huge attack speed. Of course, with the early Blink Dagger on Axe, that is more of a problem. Drum Charge, you're going to get pop. Plasma Field, not going to connect there. And expecting a little bit of a fight. Wars and Base was, and they retreated for a moment there. But not going to see it quite yet. Born Hater going to wait for the perfect opportunity. Does get the Mask of Madness first. I think that's going to be important here. Dead Drake. Oof. Unfortunately for him, Borrowed Time is going to proc before he can get the Aphotic Shield off. Now they're going on Frankie Crisp. Is it going to be enough? Chainmail is going to get used. We didn't realize that was in here already. Ice Blast is now going to get used as well, and the chase is on. Drum's going to get popped. Nox now after Shark to puts in the meantime. Connection true in the Chronosphere. Gorgs is going to get trapped up. Born Hater, nice silence. Can they finish one though? Gorgs getting really low. Hunter will fall. Born Hater's got to get out of here. Not quite enough. Wild Axe has taken him out. Double Edge on Nox is going to be enough. Kiss and Tail not quite getting trapped there. Nox will get trapped, pardon me. And Kiss and Tail will fall. It's going to be a 2-for-4 trade. Wow. Wars and Base just standing at the front gates of Team Hard at the moment, and they continue to win these team fights. Obviously, this build is really scary. The Chronosphere was a little bit scattered in the support while it was being locked down. We didn't see the stacks here as well as we would have hoped. The Static Storm was stacked nicely, so there was the silence provided. And I'm not sure what the deal was with the kinetic field. Perhaps the kinetic field was a little bit on cooldown. He wasn't going to be available to him. But some tough fights here. Some real tough fights here for Team Hard. Well, at this point, I would say that Wards and Base just continue to go for these speed items. And yeah, they should just be going for these speed items here and continue to push their advantage. They can take an early Roshan. They have, of course, the Witch Doctor going to provide some extra sustain. In fact, they might be going for that right away. Voodoo Restoration is going to have... well, he's going to have all of his mana, pardon me, for Voodoo Restoration here. And look at that. Team Hard is expecting that. And they do go for Roche next. Of course, this is a very appropriate time. Having just made some kills and having such a strong advantage against Team Hard, they decide, okay, boys, let's finish it. Shoganza is saying, this is how you counter this. You counter by not feeding. So just getting some farm off. This is really tough because, you know, they don't have a lot of space to farm this Faceless Void, and it basically just means waiting and defending. They, you know, they need to have some more wards in the jungle here. Axe is going to come in, though, with the Blink Dagger on Teal, and I don't think he's going to get away from this one. Born Hater going to take to the face from the Death Ward. And Chronosphere was up there. I think he was hoping. And Time Walk isn't going to be up for 10 seconds, and in the meantime, their hearts stop as they realize, oh no, Faceless Void. He's going to get Culling Blade by Axe. Axe now, the Ice Blast is going to jump in between here. Kiss and Tell taking the brunt of it. He is going to fall. Dead Drake, he's getting slowed next. Frankie Crisp getting him a nice Berserker's Call for the kill, and that's going to be 5 down. And they've got the what is that thing called, Roshan? What is that little gift that you give? The Aegis, of course. They've got the Aegis as well, so very, very scary team at the moment. And I think that this, it could be a tier 3 as well. They've got huge push potential. We see Troll Warlord's Fervor is level 4 now. And Axe doing his job, cutting those creeps. That just shows how safe he's feeling against this Abaddon and Disruptor. Abaddon, of course, he won't be able to go in there, even with the aphotic shield. And here we go, T3 getting attempted. Frankie Chris getting Berserker's Call. A little bit of extra. Oh, they actually might get him down here. It's going to be close. Silence is off. Can they make it happen? And Sharktopus tries to go for him. Dead Drake taking the kill. Hunter now getting the slows on Kiss and Tell. Can he get out of there? Chronosphere going to lock down with 2. Oh no, he's getting attacked his own Chronosphere. He will end up falling. How unfortunate for Team Hard. It was close. He got a connection on 2, but didn't have to sustain. And the backup power coming from the back of the team in Wars and Base is just too much for them. Abaddon gonna fall, and Witch Doctor DCing from the game. And they're saying don't pause. I don't know why, boys. Why are we no pausing? Well, tough game so far. We're seeing really strong communication coming up from Wards and Base. They've made excellent plays. There we go, though. Glimpse back, Thundershock. Connect with Field. Ooh, that was a little bit poorly timed. And Nox, of course, having the Sanjin Yasha, his speed is off the charts at the moment. He's got Phase and Sanjin Yasha, which brings him up to 514 movement speed. Yeah, so he's going to get out of there. Ouch. So a little bit of a misplay there with the timing from the kinetic field. Would have otherwise been a really important kill if they could have got it. He did have the Aegis still, but not only not going to get the kill on Troll Warlord, but going to allow him to preserve the Aegis. And here goes another big push. Keep in mind, guys, they have the Witch Doctor, Voodoo Restoration, so they can continue this push sustain. At least for a little while. Nox tanking it in there. He's going to have Aegis, though, and that's going to get popped with Thunderstrike. And in the meantime, Razor, he's going to fall, not doing enough damage off with the Static Link. TL getting locked down by Hunter. And now Hunter is on the hunt against Dead Drake. And Board Time is available. Hunter realizes that he's going to back off. And the sustain power is here. Voodoo Restoration. He's going to go after Frankie Crisp, try to provide a little bit more of that HP. Berserker's Call. Look at the man mode that's going on. Culling Blade right through Borrowed Time. And while, oh man, Kiss and Tell is going to fall as well. Dang. So while Borrowed Time, or while Aphotic Shield is a good counter against Axe, Borrowed Time is not good against Axe. So the question is begged. Is Axe really the stronger pick here? Axe able to Culling Blade right through it. And he says, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about where you come from. I don't care about how strong you think you are. I'm going to Culling Blade right through that. Insta-kill. And we see them take out the second set of racks. Tough game for them. 33-9 at the moment. Let's take a look at net worth. And there is nothing that these guys can do to come back from this, in my opinion. We're seeing the support of Wars and Base is more farmed than the carry of Team Hard. And that is an embarrassing predicament to be in. We'll see how game 2 goes, but so far things are looking really strong right now for Wars and Base in this game 1. And we'll see, how far they can push it. Obviously, a little bit better drafting, a little bit better communication needs to happen here. I'll take that back. The drafting I didn't mind on Team Hard. Nox actually might go down here. No, he does go down. Chronosphere getting responded. He gets a connection on 3. The silence goes down a little bit too early. Not enough chaining there. Death Ward going to go on Sharktopus. Oh, now Viper Strike. Now, one of the strongest heroes, keep in mind, on their team is going to fall like that. And Kissatel is going to be next. Born Hater going to tank into the team. But look, Hunter taking none of that damage. He as well is going to have a Sanjin Yasha now. Borrowed Time going to be procced on Hunter, but it's not going to be enough. In fact, Hunter, he's just going to continue hunt. Look at that. Going to go on Dead Drake. And he was thinking, guys, he was thinking of going on Board Hater. He didn't continue it through, but he was thinking it. Well, this third set of racks doesn't have much of a chance, boyos. They did lose the Troll Warlord. There we go. GG is going to be called. All right. GG, guys. Game one. Game one out of a best of 3 between Words and Base and Team Harm. Guys, we're going to be back. Might take a 5-minute break, depending on what these teams are looking to do. But wow, very, very strong game so far from Words and Base, and finishing that game off. Look at the farm on these dudes. They got 613 gold per minute on the Troll Warlord that game. That's incredible. XP per minute, we're seeing huge levels on Viper this game. Razor got quite a few mid there, but he did not have enough farm or kills on the Faceless Void. 0-4-2, very difficult game. We'll see if they can turn it around. Troll Warlord doubling up the Sanj and Yasha. Twitch, I'm interested to see what you think about that. Twitchies. Twitchmeisters. Oh, what do you think about that, huh? Oh, man. Hey, wait a minute. Who's this? Guys, did you see that? Did you see that? Oh, who's this? Who's this? Okay, well, let's check here. Guys, we're going to open up the lobby in just a moment. In the meantime, enjoy one of the hashtag HBCC pictures, and I will find out who that is. Who do you think it is, guys? Who do you think it is? Guys, if you're just tuning in, hashtag HBCC if you want to get your Instagram or your tweet featured. Hey, we got a couple new tweets here. Alyssa Marin Shogun. Thank you so much for the tweet. Beautiful, beautiful tweet. And I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's all we got lately. Alyssa, there we go. Kill boys. Kill boys. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? There's so much action during that game. I didn't even sip my coffee. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. All right, guys. Well, I think it is going to be a couple minutes break. Don't go anywhere because we got some more exciting bets of 3 action between Words and Base and Team Hard. Don't go anywhere, boys. Guess what, guys? Made a mistake. So, instead of a best of 3, it's actually going to be a best of 1. What a great picture, hey? Oh, this is great, you guys. Send your pics in. Hashtag HBCC. I want to feature you and laugh at these photos and say, oh, that's a nice photo. Well, I do see here on Instagram, or not Instagram, rather, Twitter, that there's an unadulterated, maybe that's not the right word in this case. There is an unwritten on picture. And that's not the one that went up, man. That's not the one that went up. So I'm not sure what happened there. But there's some annotation going on. Anyhow, guys, I made a mistake. It's not a best of 3. It is going to be a best of 1 which means we are on to the next game, which is going to be upper finals, guys. So, believe it is going to be Cheetah Girls versus Wards in Base, if I am not mistaken. Maybe. Not exactly sure, guys, but I'll be finding out shortly, and lobby will be up very soon. Hashtag HBCC. Let me see your selfies, boys. Send them in. Oh, whoa, Oh, there he is. There's the man of the hour, B-Donk. Hey, thanks for the selfie, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is B-Donk, and B-Donk also has donated a set, which we're going to be getting from him after this next game. And we do have Where's My Tiny in the lobby against Tide Viper offlane, so we're going to be ready to go in just a moment. Guys, while we prep here, actually, you know what? We're going to be right back. I'll let you know what's going on as soon as we finish prepping this game. Some really exciting stuff, guys. Whoa, guys, did you see what I just saw? That was Beef Nardo, the one and only Beef Nardo, with some beers. Hey, thanks, Beef Nardo. Guys, keep them coming in. This is great. Hashtag HBCC. We're going to feature your photo on the stream. And keep in mind, if you're not going to give to the charity, no problem at all. Please, however, give us a share on Twitter. Hashtag HBCC. And you can also go to @HardSupportDota. Share any one of the advertisements we have there for the charity. Our dream is $1,000, guys. All right, guys, just to give you a little update here. So we do have in this game, Where's My Tiny facing off against Tide Viper offlane. Tide Viper offlane. So Tide Viper offlane facing against Where's My Tiny. They had received the buy-in from being number one of the group stage. And earlier on, we did have a forfeit from one of the teams, which means Refresh Gaming, yeah, there's some problems with their team, which means Where My Tiny goes ahead to advance to face against Tide Viper offlane. And we did see in this previous game, Warps and Base did beat Team Hard, and they are facing off against the infamous Cheetah Girls at the moment. Who do you guys think is going to win? This is the winner's bracket, and just a best of one. As much as I'd like to think it's a best of three, it's just a best of one. But yeah, guys, go and check out there. Great. Beef Nardo, thanks for posting that, man. Check it out, twitch.tv/disruptor with all the funky characters. Check it out in Twitch chat. You can also... Yes, it's just in Twitch chat in the moment. I thought that it was actually on our page. It's not. Just check it out in Twitch chat and make sure that you catch both games. Okay. All right, and we're going to start the game right now. And Beef Nardo, it sounds like it's going to co-cast. All right, guys, here we are in the second game of the day, and I'm joined by Beef Nardo. Beef Nardo, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, good. How's it going, man?
Good. Good to have you, sir. So, fill us in. There was, I guess, a little bit of problems with Refresh Gaming. They had to forfeit game one.
Yeah, apparently they were all at some type of center, I guess, to play. I don't know. I got kind of a drive-by story myself from Sly. He was kind of talking to the teams a little bit, but I guess one of their guys couldn't get on or was having problems, technical difficulties, I guess is what you would call it. So a lot of time went by. I guess it was like 35 minutes, and I finally just had to forfeit. So unfortunately, we didn't get that game in, but we move on. What are you gonna do?
We move on. And what's cool, you know what? It's great seeing these teams come together, not only facing off for $100, first place, $25, second place. It is unfortunate when they have to forfeit, but you know the greater purpose here is we are raising money, of course, to fight hunger in Edmonton, and we've seen some listen, it's time to go off the record for a second without going off the record and be super excited because there's like some cool talks going on right now, and I don't know if I should say them right now or if I should say them later, but dude, like, there's been some serious conversations going on. I think I'm gonna spill the bag a little bit right now because we got 2 seconds before the draft starts. Okay, Beef, are you sitting down?
I'm sitting. I'm on a chair.
Okay.
It's comfortable.
All right. Well, I certainly know that you got your beer, and we saw the proof earlier.
That was actually from last night, so I swear I'm not drinking right now.
Okay.
It's a little too early for that.
Okay. Well, guess what, guys? We have one of the best item set creators in the world creating an item set for the Hungry Bros Challenger Cup moving forward.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So we have, if you guys ever heard of Live Workshop, they are one of the premier item set creators. They create for, they might have created for this last international. They certainly take care of Star Ladder. They're the ones with all the crazy particle effects that
wow.
The real deal, man.
That's cool.
Yep. So after talking to one of the gentlemen who works there, also heading up something called Legion Battles, which we could be a part of just for a little bit of an extra promotion, he says, man, this tournament you guys got, let me tell you, listen, man, let me tell you about this tournament you got. You got cool production going on. Mm-hmm. You got good people. You got a good community going on. You know what I want to do? I want to volunteer my services and give 100% of ticket sales from this set and give it to the proceeds of your charity.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
It's flippin' unreal. Flippin' unreal because we're not talking just a regular set, guys. We're talking about one of the premier set creators in the world. And Hungry Bros Challenger Cup is going to have now a branded set, man. And I couldn't be more excited. To be doing this with you guys and seeing this thing grow. Because you know what? This is reality. We're all just a bunch of regular dudes. Some of us have skills in some areas. You know, we're all having fun kind of contributing our own part. Of course, it's always part of a dream, but I didn't think that it was going to be happening this way. Guys, it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah. This is cool. Really cool stuff.
Flipping unreal, man. And the event, of course, is going to be ticketed. But, okay, this is a pretty serious draft. Let's just settle down, Night Vision. Settle down.
We'll talk more about that later. Sure.
All right. Well, this crazy draft so far. Okay, so where's my tiny? Looks like they got their tiny, Beef.
It's like they pretty much found, what their name's talking about, so that's good. And that kind of shows a lot about the draft. So they got two options. You could do the crazy dual mid strat, or you could just run it safe lane. Either way, combo can get real scary real quick, so you got to worry about that. Obviously, IO, you can be anywhere on the map at any time, so you have to expect that. So Tide Viper are going to probably have to pick around that a little bit, knowing that these two are probably going to be involved in most of the fights that show up. So I guess they decided Timbersaw is a good person to pick against that. Which, a little bit early for the Timbersaw pick, but I don't know. Kind of a hero that you don't look to really go way out of the way to counter necessarily. So I guess
you talking about the Timbersaw?
Yeah, it's not a terrible time to pick right at the start.
Now, when I think of Timbersaw and how to counter him, I would choose some kind of a silencer-driven hero, because Timbersaw is kind of like Ember Spirit in that he really relies on his abilities during team fights to do anything and survive.
Right.
So he has reactive armor, of course, which is going to give him the extra regen during a fight. But I feel like he really, really relies on his abilities, and so a silence from, say, like a Skywrath Mage is going to be huge, or even a Silencer, a Death Prophet. How would you look at this? Am I on track with kind of your line of thinking, Beef?
I mean, for sure. Timber used to be a hero where I feel like you could just do whatever you wanted in the offlane with him, and people ran him like that. But I think after a while, people started noticing that he is actually very killable in lane. Get a little bit of magic damage going on, and you could deal with him. You just do need. He's the kind of hero where you have to have something to deal with him. I'm not saying you have to have your whole draft based around it, but if you don't do anything, then he can get kind of out of control. But heavy magic damage in the beginning can kind of keep him in check a little bit, I feel. Like you said, a silence is probably the best way to go about it, but you can eventually get a BKB on him. You know what I mean? There's items where you're always going to be a Timber Saw at one point in the game or another, so it's just something you kind of need to expect. And you got to kind of work the fights around the Timber Saw a little bit, but he's not as high impact, I don't think, as he used to be. People, I think, kind of know how to play him. You see a lot of people kind of juking around, knowing that his chakram is going to get thrown out or his chain's coming. So you can it's kind of fun watching the jukes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this combo, you're already looking at a lot of damage. Ogre can pump out a lot of single target damage to help him out. But a Doom pick, okay, that's okay. All right.
I like the silence going on. I really like the Doom pick. I'm a little bit surprised by Ogre Magi, where he does contribute to a tiny, attack speed, some lockdown, some slow, so that Io can go in there. Obviously, they're looking for some speed and just to catch the tip of Tiny's stun, and Ogre Magi really helps out with that. There's not a silence, and I think that's really important against the Timber Saw, and so I'm just a little surprised right now that we haven't seen that yet.
Right. If you look at where's my Tiny's lineup, they are definitely picking right now to play their game. They know exactly what kind of lineup they want to run. They got their Tiny, they got their IO, and you can kind of tell that they're picking heroes now with the Ogre and the Necro to kind of complement what they want to do with that. The Necro is going to be very good at just giving people the extra heals to just kind of stay in these fights so that the Tiny can keep manning up, swinging his big club around. The Ogre is going to, just like you said, be there to throw out some slows. But also, the Necro and Ogre, I'm assuming it's going to be a core Necro, but regardless, they're both going to be pretty good at keeping the IO alive. And you got to think that the Necro, when he heals the IO, that heal will actually reflect back to the tethered target, too. So that will be the double the heals for Tiny. Yeah.
Holy smokes, guys.
It's a pretty sweet combo. I forgot what pro game I saw it in, but somebody was doing actually a Necro IO strat. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was awesome, dude. It worked really well. Yeah, it worked really well. So it's a pretty crazy setup if you can work it out right. The Doom is definitely going to throw a little bit of a wrench in their plan. I'm not sure who they're going to have their Doom target. They might just throw it on the Tiny even, but the Necro would probably be a good one to throw it on even. The TA, kind of hero, probably pretty good pick here because a lot of just damage, and I think that's what they're going to need. They know, looking at this lineup, that they're going to need huge damage, and the TA gets even relatively close to that IO, and that IO is going to go bye-bye, so...
Yep, and oh my goodness, guys, if you had been there for the last game that we saw Team Tide Viper play in the group stage, oh my goodness, was it ever insane with Templar Assassin? I think the final score ended up being... I think it's like 29-5. Don't quote me on that, but Templar Assassin was the core of that game. And we saw Templar Assassin absolutely rip through the other team. So, just where's my Tiny pulling out the big guns here, pulling out the big straps of the Tiny. Team Tide Viper doesn't have the Tide Viper that they normally might lane, but the Templar Assassin mid is something that very, very, very strong we've seen come from them.
It's probably going to be a TA versus Necro lineup mid, which probably will definitely go in the Necro's favor. Not the worst thing ever for a Necro to deal with, but at the same time, I still would give the TA a little bit of an advantage there. The TA can definitely snowball really out of control, though. That's another hero where you gotta... if you let the laning phase kind of last too long and let the TA get too many picks, it's really, really easy to just get out of hand on that hero. And that's, I think, the right-click damage that they need on their team. They have a lot of magic damage, The Doom's kind of versatile. He's going to do some right clicks, but mostly he's there just to get in people's face, use the Doom, get somebody out of the fight, and I think the TA is going to do pretty well right now. I think their last pick is going to be pretty critical on both teams, though, here, to really see where the team fights are going to end up at. So it should be an interesting last round here. It looks like they're going to have an off-laner pick on the Where's My Tiny, so we'll have to see what they do.
What do you think about it being something crazy like an off-lane Viper? Or if they go for a Viper mid on Team Tide Viper and leave the Templar Assassin to safe lane?
Well, I don't think the Viper would have
Oh, pardon me. You know what? I had my team's backers. I was talking about Where's My Tiny. Never mind. Yeah, I was thinking Viper versus Templar Assassin, but they picked the Clockwork. Okay.
Yeah, the Clockwork's not bad. That's a decent pick. That's going to be pretty decent against some of their heroes. It should do okay against TA, but the thing is TA can really just tear through Clockwork. So if you hook and get on TA, you're almost just asking to die. Oh my god, a sniper. That's wild.
Sniper!
Didn't expect that at all. That's a goofy pick right now. I'm surprised I went with that. It can work, but didn't expect it. So, yeah, looks like we're going to have a jungling Doom, which, I would say their lanes are going to be weak, but they're not. Sniper's a very decent solo safe laner, so should be fun.
All right, so let's introduce these teams, Beef. Would you like to start by introducing Team Tide Viper, and then I'll go on to Where's My Tiny?
Certainly. So here we go on the support Skywrath. We got Spaghetti Man. We got TM Garnef playing the sniper. These guys have some crazy names that I enjoyed. We got Sugio Senpai on the TA mid, and Zeka on the Timbersaw. And where's that Doom at? I can't find him. Oh, your caring friend playing the Doom.
Oh, I thought that's what you were calling him. Oh,
No,
your caring friend.
Literally his name. It's great.
Very, very endearing. Where's My Tiny? We got Franz on the Tiny. We have Cannibal on Ogre Magi. Necrophos played by the White Mask. Awkwardly Brutal, one of my faves, playing the Clockwork. And Io, played by Kivshaw this game. And normally we will see them go for dewarding the pull camp. That's one of their favorite things to do as a team, but so far we've seen a little bit of aversion from that. They're just really focusing on these runes. Of course, Clockwork is going to be one of the strongest people to... Whoa, he's not going to go for it. Interesting. Okay. I'm not exactly sure. I wouldn't have been too afraid here against Sniper, Skywrath. Yeah, I wouldn't have been too afraid. Well, okay, so they had to... Awkwardly Brutal would have had to deal with the silence potentially from Skywrath. But, not enough damage out to warrant not going in there.
Oh, okay. I'm back, Dan. Sorry. I was messing around with my mic volume a little bit there. Do I sound okay?
You sound wonderful.
Fantastic. So, yeah, needless to say, the lanes are looking pretty much not how I expected them. A little bit somewhat, I expected pretty much the Radiant, but I did not expect them to actually do the Tiny mid. So the Io is going to be stacking the jungle. If you look up here, he's going to actually be doing 2 stacks at once. Going to get those nice and heavily stacked for when the Tiny is able to kind of come in, throw stuff around, and get the farm really quick. So the only downside of that, of course, is he might have a little bit of hard time fighting mid if the Io's off doing his thing, because that TA most likely won't have a hard time keeping that Tiny from some farm if he's by himself.
Yep. And Awkwardly Brutal, how's he going to do? He has to deal with a little bit of harass here from Skywrath Mage. Actually, I think that Skywrath Mage is going to be able to harass him quite well. Because, of course, Skywrath does not need to get close to those cogs. If they're going on an engagement, there's more of an escape available. Because even though there's a slow going on, Clockwork kind of do some crowd control. But he will have some harass to deal with, that's for sure.
So the sniper pick after the Clockwork pick within itself is insanely risky. I mean, it's a nightmare playing against the Clockwork as a sniper. A little bit of engagement going on there, yeah. But I think in the laning phase, it's if they would get out of position a little bit and he could catch the Skywrath and the Cogs, I mean, it could go in his favor, but it looks like he's just going to get bullied out a little bit. He's going to have a hard time, I think. Alternatively, that might be the case for the Timbersaw as well. I'm not sure. Not as much so, though. Meanwhile, Doom's just kind of hanging out in the jungle. He's enjoying himself, having some creeps to eat for dinner. You know what I mean?
Yum yum. Going for the Swiftness Aura first, so that's a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie, I've been practicing up my Doom.
Yeah, have you?
I've been practicing up my Doom. In fact, I've been committing entire days to Doom. Entire days, beef. Yeah, so I would say that the Swiftness Aura is a pretty good start. I would. I really like the mana regen. I think that's really strong.
Oh no, this one. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna probably look to use this tornado to take out the stack here. So that'll give him a little bit of farm pretty quick.
Well, the tornado is gonna take more mana though than he has right now. So you're just saying later on?
Well, I mean, in general, whenever he gets it. So if he can kind of just bite these medium creeps here, while we're paused, we'll just kind of say this, it'll work out. If he could just kind of bite medium creeps here or whatever, or, you know, just kind of do a little bit of farming and he stacks this camp, even if he does like a 4 stack of this camp, I mean, that's like pretty good farm going on for Doom. That could get him a decently early Midas if he chooses to go that, but, I don't know, Jungle Doom, he just bites stuff and kills stuff, and he go heal when you need to, but I used to think it was a little bit harder than it actually is, but that hero can get a lot of gold very quickly once you get some levels in your Devour.
Certainly.
Net worth was looking a little bit on the side of the Radiant right now. I think they do have some pretty decent laning. Timbersaw's actually finding a lot more farm than I thought he was. He's actually ahead of the Necro, who is the farmer for Where's My Tiny right now. So he's a little bit ahead for them. TA, as expected, is went in mid a little bit. And then down bot, Sniper's just kind of picking off his last hits.
Oh, they're saying this is the time to open up. Sugoi is taking a stun here from France. No follow-up quite yet. The toss on the creep. Are they going to go on him? Cannibals, nice rotation in. Kifshaw's going to have a hard time here. Sugoi Senpai. Oh, yeah, well, there you go.
So there's actually a fight down bot happening at the exact same time. Yeah, so Skywrath kind of got the rune and rotated in and went on the Clockwork. And he kind of tried to hide in the trees, but forgot that shrapnel kind of gives him vision. So that was a pretty easy pick there that they got the first blood on. And I guess they kind of traded it mid, but unfortunately they did not get the first blood. So when I think a little bit more in the favor yet of that Sniper getting first blood for Tide Viper Offling.
Well, how's the jungle stacking? We do see it looks like 3 stacks at the moment Io is able to get. And yeah, actually very, very effective stacking. This is certainly working. Kifshaw getting some things a little prepped for France.
So that's a 4 stack there at that big camp. Not sure about that medium one. That looks like a 4-2 actually, I think. Maybe a 3. Might be 3. But yeah, that big camp's a 4 stack, so that means I think he got every one, right? Maybe missed one.
I think so. Yeah. Great.
Either way, so very effective.
These top runes, it seems that Templar Assassin is able to get these top runes quite easily. During the draft phase, we were talking about Templar Assassin being allowed to go and get these pickoffs. Now's the time when we start to see some haste runes pop up. She's going to go and get some kills. And so we're going to keep our eyes out here, make sure, or Where's My Time is going to have to make sure that these runes are contested fairly well to avoid Templar Assassin snowballing out of control in the next phase.
Yeah, it's about that time for TA where you got to start worrying about her. She definitely has some levels in now.
Oh,
she has her
look at this. Are they going to finish him off? No. Awkwardly Brutal. Safely TPing away.
Oh, wow. That was a pretty good plan there, though. To kind of smoke in where the Roche is. So they lost vision of him, had to use the shrapnel, but he still got up.
Yep.
Smart play by him, for sure.
Yeah, are very strong now. You know, all these teams so far have felt very strong in the tournament. But these now are the cream de la creme. Franz, though, he's taking it from Anesha. And is he going to get away in time? They, of course, have the movement speed, but a couple more right clicks. Sugoi going to take out Io. And now Franz is in the mix. They do manage to take off the Templar Assassin. And Zeka. Is she going to get away? Not going to be quite in the distance here from Death Pulse. Yeah, I know he's going to get away. Denied.
Look, he saw the big creep stack, though. I bet. Look at how much damage he did just from that one spell. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if he goes back and steals that, man. Like, now that he knows that's there. Because you can take that out of the timber relatively easy. So, that's a little interesting thing.
He might have thought... Sorry to interrupt. He might have thought already, though, that, you know, that was going to be the plan all along. Because it is the tiny Io, and... that is a fairly common way to do things. Io making sure that his time is valuable, and so who knows? Cannibal is going to take it to the face by TA here. I don't think he's going to survive.
No. TA's too fast. He has a refraction. He doesn't care about the tower, and he had the timber saw hanging out in the back just to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Yep.
And they're making sure that they get their stack up top here with the time. They're like, he spotted it. We gotta make sure we go grab it. So smart play by them to go get rid of that right away. Looks like they're going to go for the drums on the Tiny first. Which, pretty crazy Tiny set, by the way. Wow. Empire set. Pretty cool.
Very nice.
Meanwhile, Sniper is just hanging out down here. He's doing very well in farm.
Yeah, he's got his minus. It's 8 minutes, and I think that he got his Ring of Bassi after.
No, he had that first.
Did he? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He had that, I believe, at the start, I believe, or very close too.
Oh, really? Okay, so he's very happy with this timing right now, and he also has 900 in the bank. This is all 8.5 minutes, so that means he has minus probably around 6.5 minutes.
Yep. I want to look at GPM on him. So he's 420, 430 GPM right now. That's pretty decent.
That is very decent.
So pretty good for the laning phase. Look at a CS, 49 at less than 9 minutes, so he's doing pretty well. He's doing quite well in farm.
Yep. So Templar Assassin, she's going to be raring to go for some kills right now. She already, as we can see against Cannibal, or Cannabis? Shoot, buddy. Sorry. Cannibal. Okay, it is Cannibal. Cannibal, we saw melted a little bit earlier, and this is a real prime time for her, so she's going to want to keep the rotations up. She does have a smoke right now, just picking up the bracer. A little bit more survivability during these team fights. But I think that at the 10-minute rune, depending on what she gets here, we could see a rotation for a kill, and Where's My Tiny is really going to have to keep this in mind and make sure that the positioning is ready to accept this from Templar Assassin. So what's the strategy here for taking the Templar Assassin from your perspective, Beef?
It gives them a lot of early game aggression, I think, and that's kind of one of the ways you can kind of stop the Tiny. A late game Tiny is an absolute monster, and he's insane, and you don't want to deal with that. So I think that was more what they wanted to do with the Doom, is make sure that the Tiny stays under control. But the TA definitely gives a lot of early aggression, and you're seeing it right now. So that you have the Timber, you have the Skywrath, and you have the Templar Assassin, and they're all doing a lot of work right now. They're doing some rotations. They're kind of keeping them busy. Meanwhile, you have a Sniper just farming up with the Midas and a Doom jungling. So these three heroes are actually creating a lot of space right now for Tide Viper. And meanwhile, you have almost every member of Where's My Tiny engaging on only these three heroes. So at the way this is going, if they keep...
Here we go, they're going in. Toss on Senpai, and are they going to be able to line it up? The Chakram does a huge amount of damage, actually, during that fight. Awkwardly Brutal. He's not going to be able to do much. He will throw down a Rocket Flare. And Sheka, though, he's going to get locked in. There's the cogs. They're going to get brought down. Awkwardly Brutal is going to fall. Oh, man, that was a little risky for him. He thought he was going to be safe, but in spite of those cogs, he fell to the Timber Chain.
And he actually killed him before Timber died. Oh, they're going in on the Sniper up top.
Oh, here we go.
Toss.
Sniper. Yeah, he's going to have a hard time. And, of course,
That was a very well-needed kill. That was very well played on them.
Yeah.
So, that whole time, like I said, the Doom was just jungling. And the Sniper was actually pushing this T2. And I was just about to say, like, how they were doing that, and then they actually had that really nice play there, where they kind of got that kill they needed, I think. Because you had 5 members TP mid. So there was 3 mid and then 2 TP'd in here to engage in that fight. And only 3 on a Tide Viper were engaged in it. So
Doom has been able to farm like you had mentioned, Beef. It, however, is tough. He's had a tough game, man. Just picking up his Midas now at 12 minutes, that's a little outside the window of best case scenario, to say the least. And
pretty suboptimal.
Yeah, so if you have luck, you're able to get a Midas at 6.5 minutes, 6:45. If you're not so lucky, maybe 7.5 minutes, depending on what the situation is. But 12 minutes, it starts to get pretty hairy. So we still see him commit to it, and that's a sign that. Well, I think it might be a sign that he's thinking late game.
And I'm not sure why he would do that. Like if you're jungling as a Doom and you're thinking of only going to jungle, like if you're you go into the jungle as a Doom and you plan like, hey, listen, I'm gonna get this Midas. After that, I'll come join in fights or whatever. But you'd go Midas first, right? Because that's the like one extra Midas cooldown you can get that gold off of or whatever.
Yeah, and they do have to deal with the relocate. Oh, here we go, mid. Sugoi Senpai. Looks like they were going to go on him. The Chakram. Is it going to be enough? No, Kiff Shot able to dodge that Timber Chain. Oh, I thought he was going to connect with that. There we go. Cogs are going to connect now on Sheka. Kiff Shot going in. The Timber Chain almost killing him. It is going to finish him off. And Sheka now tanking the tower. Necrophos, the ultimate's going to pop, and he's going to drop. Sugoi Senpai. Going to get some refraction charges. Yeah, and she's going to be fine.
Use the drum charge to get the little extra movement speed out of there. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, you don't really need the boots if you don't plan on being involved in fights. So I thought it was kind of weird that he goes to boots first. I guess it helps you run around the jungle faster. Not really sure. I mean, it's definitely...
not real. In this case, he doesn't have to be because, I mean, he's looking for the creeps. He's wasting some time just waiting for the right creep camps to come up. He's waiting for his abilities. You're not necessarily jungling right if you're attacking all the time. Ooh, Cannibal getting silent stop, but managing to get out of that one. Yeah, you're not always attacking the creep camps if you're Doom, and if you are, I would argue you're not doing it correctly because you're waiting for the optimal positioning. So I don't think the boots are that strong. Now, the boots could be strong in the sense that he's facing against the combination between Tiny and Io, and he's scared of the lightning reflex move and attack speed that's available to them. But why would you get the Doom third pick after the first two picks? We saw the Tiny and the Io pick, and then say that a Doom is a really strong pick. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, Doom fits in with the thing really well, but I'm pretty sure it just came down to they wanted something to deal with the Tiny, and that was the whole premise of the Doom. And they're making it work. I mean, their laning phase is going fine. They're coming out even, and they have two of the top net worth. And they have a jungle Doom who's kind of like, this hero that's going to get pretty insane. Awkwardly Brutal's getting chased down here a little bit. Oh, he might get that invis though, and he might get out of here. That's the relocate. They know they're coming back.
Yeah.
So now this is going to be interesting. We have a couple rotations here.
Look at the Sniper's ready to go. He pops down the shrapnel already, saying, if you're coming back, you're going to be slow, my friend. And Chakram's going to go down. He's going to get silenced. Oh, and the wonderful Skywrath Mage there, silence on the Io. He's going to fall, though. They're going to turn it around. And France, that relocate is proving to be very costly. White Mask, Death Pulse doing a lot of damage. They managed to take down the Timber Chain. TMG,
that was a good turn.
Yeah, that was actually a really good turnaround. White Mask did work there.
So I think...
Sniper's not getting out of here. Sniper can't get out of here, in my opinion. Wait a minute,
Oh my god.
Oh, he doesn't have enough for a stun. Tiny already used that during that last engagement, and he did not have enough mana.
He probably for sure thought he was dead there. He kind of... Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that he didn't have mana either for it, so I don't blame him for not noticing
He's hyperventilating, Beef. He's hyperventilating right now.
So that was kind of a crazy engagement that they brought back Awkwardly Brutal here, and I don't think they realized there to be that many heroes there with them. So they just kind of got smashed inside those cogs real quick, and it kind of turned into a decent team fight for him though, when the Tiny kind of rotated down, and the Necro kind of came at the right time to deal with the Timbersaw. So it actually turned out to be a pretty even engagement for both teams, I think. Not exactly sure. The thing that makes me think it might not have went so well is the Tiny kind of got a little bit out of it, and he's pretty close to his mims already. He's getting there.
I am distracted by your previous comment. Man, that's a nice Tiny set, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah.
It's really nice. Okay, well, we got the attack speed on the boys. Oh, Haste Rune. Sugoi actually has lots of attack speed too. Could take out Kick
Look at how much damage that TA does on that.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? There you go, toss. Well, she's not going to take out Io, but Sniper will.
Sniper kind of pops in. That was a good play. He's there at the right time.
Yeah.
On Awkwardly Brutal's going to go down. His cogs are on cooldown. Oh, and this is...
Oh my goodness, friends! Oh!
That's just the power of the TA there, man. You let her just get some right clicks off, and there's so much damage going out. And Sniper just gave that little bit of slow, and the vision with the shrapnel. I mean, it was a really good combo there, and it just was kind of an unfortunate turn of events there for him. I don't think they expected that Sniper to show up that quick.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned yet, but Templar Assassin does have her Yasha, so she's really, really happy with the attack speed that she has at the moment. And she also had, during that last engagement, the Haste rune, which we talked about at the beginning. That's one of her favorite runes. And this is a time for rotation from her, so this is kind of a best case scenario. And this is, like you said, the power of TA.
So Clockwork, he didn't really have a good time bottom lane, and it's really kind of reflecting that. He's one of those heroes where once he's behind and he's easily killable, it's really hard to like catch up on that hero. And you're kind of seeing it. He's very low in the net worth. I mean, he's under the IO on net worth because he's just dying in every one of these fights. Clockwork's the kind of hero where obviously you need to kind of be in the front lines to do whatever you're doing, but at the same time, once I think the team knows that you're an easy kill, they're just going to keep killing you as soon as you show yourself. So, tough game going on for Awkwardly Brutal right now. Really tough team for him to deal with, but if he can kind of deal with the Sniper a little bit later in the game, it might work out for him.
Oof, and Sheka, really good job there, going for some vision and on the Roche and getting lucky, popping on Awkwardly Brutal. And Awkwardly Brutal, he's shaking right now. He's a little bit nervous. He's like, okay, the one time that I go in the Roche pit, they know I'm there. They threw a track him down, and now
his hook shot's down.
They thought that they were in there, but now they're going to catch him on the hill. Spaghetti, he's going to get locked down first. Necrophos, that's ensuring he's going to be down for a while. Chakram is going to connect with 3, actually 4. Oh, and in the meantime, the so OP right now. We're seeing Scorch do tons of damage to where's my tiny demon? This Cannibal is going to fall. Nice refraction charges, damage going on from Sugoi. France is really appreciating his bloodlust right now. Gonna get the stun off, and he's gonna survive, and he needs to. 4 down. Ouch. Really difficult. Really difficult sight.
TA had a double damage in there, which was really rough for him. This was the first shite. No, that's not the right word. This was the first fight where everybody on their team actually showed up, and you just saw how it kind of just turned in their favor all of a sudden. So they had all 5 versus all 5, and it basically, as soon as that Doom comes, and that Doom didn't even use his Doom. He didn't have enough mana. So all he was doing was running around right-clicking people with Scorched Earth, which, did a significant amount of damage. But, I mean, at the same time, it was a losing fight for him. They kind of thought, since that Skywrath got picked off, he kind of was the guinea pig that they just sent on the high ground and just kind of took the initial hunk of stuns, and they just killed him off real quick. But after that, the Sniper just did whatever he wanted in that fight.
Yep, totally.
And the Sniper did a ton of damage there, and the Timber, and the TA. And maybe the Doom, I guess. I don't know. The Doom, though, I mean, just imagine how well that fight's going to go for him once they actually get the Doom off, which, like I said, I guess he didn't have enough mana, didn't even use it.
Yeah, he certainly has enough farm to swing back here now. Like we had talked about earlier, he was behind. But now he's back. He's certainly back. And,
Tiny just got his Nims done. So that's a pretty big item for him. At this point, he can go probably AC, BKB. Looks like they might relocate here. They're going in on the Sniper butt.
Oh, I think they're going to get him here. Oh,
yeah.
Fran's really relying on those drum charges. Oh, no, Sugoi's back in. That's going to be an immediate out and relocate. Ooh, boys.
It's a good play. Well played, but...
Oh, right, they relocated in. Right. They relocated in. I thought for a second they relocated out, but they're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, maybe not because I guess the Sniper would have turned, but I feel like they could be a little bit less afraid of the TA. The Tiny actually has a lot of farm, and I feel like he would be able to kill him. Especially if you have the Spirits, the little balls, and the Wisp. If they would actually be hitting, they would take the refraction off pretty quick, that you can actually get some good damage, I think, on the TA.
That's a really good point.
Of course, that's relying on the Wisp to use those balls, and I don't know if you play Wisp at all, but those things are pretty challenging to use.
They certainly are. Yeah, they certainly are.
They're not as easy as I think some people think to hit people with. Especially when people are moving all over the place and stuff. It gets a little wild.
I will admit, I think I've played as many. Yeah, I think I've played as many troll games as IO as I have serious games. But even the troll games teach you a little bit about how you need to be able to control the spirits. Is it spirits? Sure. Yeah, spirits.
I always tell people who never played IO before to not even get them, or just get 1 point in them because they give vision, which is kind of helpful. But I mean, if you can't hit anybody with them, I feel it's not even worth leveling them up. Yeah. And I've done that before, where it's like, you just kind of feel like playing IO, but you don't feel like trying so hard. So
yeah,
I wouldn't do that in ranked games, folks. I definitely would not. That's a silly build. Don't do that. But anyway, he's a great hero if you know how to play him. Unfortunately, I'm very subpar at him. Maybe one day. There's Kifshot, though. He's doing quite well on him, I feel.
He is.
He's playing pretty well. He got his urn, got a bottle. Bottle and Wisp is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely core.
The relocate here going in the sniper again.
Oh.
They are not letting the sniper push at all. Look how fast he is, though. They can't catch him. As soon as that stun's over, he's just gone. He just zips out of there. Phase boots and Mask Madness, and he's out of there, man.
Wow.
Yeah. They need something. They need like a slow of some sort. I'm not really sure what. Sange and Yasha, man.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
That would do it.
Oh, they're going on Cannibal now. He can't get out of this. Look at the refraction damage.
Oh my god. Yeah, that Deso's up on him now. Oh, yeah. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal damage.
Really important that we mentioned. Yeah, that Deso in combination with refraction.
Here. I think they're going to go for this. They got a slow on him.
Chakran's up. Going to go on Kifshot. Oh, the Skyrath stack. Kifshot.
They missed the hook shot there to save him, too, which was really rough. Oh, and the Doom comes out. Oh, Necro's a good target to Doom, actually. He's not going to be able to heal on his way out.
Yep, that's going to be huge. No sustain now in this fight.
Very good cogs there by Brutal, blocking him out a little bit, making sure they can't chase us effectively. It was well played. It was a good disengagement there.
Well, the White Mask is going to get drawn out of that fight, but he's not going to fall, and they're only going to lose the Wisp.
This is a really good time for them to either push just as a team, they're all weak a little bit, or even maybe go for a Roche, but they do have a relocate up, so that could be a risky move. Looks like TA agrees with me. She says, let's do the Roche. Let's make it happen.
So okay, this is a serious game. So we have 18-9 right now. Team Tide Viper offlane is currently looking, I would say, 30% stronger. There's certainly there's a window for where's my Tiny to come back. If Tiny gets fed, man, he's super scary late game. And I feel like they do have ways to deal with this composition. But okay, Roshan is gonna get.
Yeah, TA just soloed it. That was actually a pretty impressive play. I was watching it. Probably why I was so quiet. I was fascinated. I'm not a big TA player, so I kind of like enjoyed watching how he did that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He just kind of waited for his refraction to be off and just tanked him, and it was cool. Anyway, go on.
Very cool. Very cool. So, it's important that we're talking about the game, too. That's good. But just talking about the importance of this game here, once we do have a winner, it means the other team is going to get eliminated, and then we're into the semifinals. And then into the grand finals to see who's gonna be winning the $100 for first prize, and the second prize is gonna be getting the $25. So that's gonna be an exciting set of best of 5 coming up. But as far as I know, I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure that the winner of this game is actually gonna decide who will move on to the semifinals, which is that is.
I'm pretty sure as well, yeah. So, and that goes to best of 3 in the semifinals, right?
Yes.
And the grand is the best of 5. Yep. Should be some cool games. I'm pretty excited for them. I believe I'll be casting a couple, so I'm excited to do that as well. It'll be good times. Georgia Powers, we're going to get the good old duo back later in the day.
Hey, good. Georgia Power.
Yep, good guy, that Georgia Power.
Okay, well, here's going to be an engagement. No, maybe not.
Sniper doesn't want to be in the front lines. He's going to say, you go in first, Timber, so you go do your thing. TA, you too. I'll be behind you, I promise. This is pretty good positioning here for Tide Viper. Looks like they're just going to push the tower. It's pretty smart for Where's My Tiny to just kind of back off. Let that tower go. At this point, you definitely want to fight in the base. They have a lot of vision, actually, but...
They have huge vision, and the sniper. And Sniper's a ward of his own. We saw earlier on, the first blood was because, there's probably that forgetting that shrapnel was offering up the vision, which I think is an extremely important point that you had mentioned. And they've been using that vision to their advantage this whole game. And so Sniper really works for that reason. It's kind of like a Beastmaster, having the vision is really, really valuable just to have that on the map for these engagements so that you can engage at the proper position and we can see. Sure. Yeah, we can see that their position's locked on point here, so they obviously are knowing how to communicate and make these team fights work in their favor if they have the right opening.
Yeah, that's one of the things that definitely separates the better players from the not-so-good Sniper players is just their ability to use shrapnel to stop heroes from cutting around that corner and getting the fog, stop the spells from going off. Like it's just little things like that you can kind of do with the shrapnel that will really give you a good benefit. Well, I saw Sniper doing the Ancients. Not sure they can do anything about it, though.
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about this because Sniper has Eye of Scotty, which is great, but he also has Maelstrom, and both are unique attack modifiers, so where does that leave us?
So the Maelstrom is going to counteract the Eye of Scotty, but only when it procs. So it's actually a pretty good combo to get the two. It doesn't hurt. The thing is with ranged, Eye of Scotty's only a 3-second debuff, so I mean, as long as you keep hitting the same target, that slow is basically going to have a 100% uptime, even if you get a heavy amount of procs from the Maelstrom. So it's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's like a Deso would completely counteract the Scotty, or the other way around. I'm not really sure which one would work over the other, but an item like a Maelstrom. Yeah, an item like a Maelstrom won't have any real effect on it. And Scotty, I think, is a fantastic item from this game. A lot of kind of in-your-face stuff. I mean, he gets caught out with a stun, and he definitely can die. So it's a pretty good item, gives him some health, and I think that slow is just going to be awesome. I mean, that's going to help out the TA so much, and even the Timber a little bit. Keep somebody slow so that they can't kind of dodge the Timber attacks. The TA can just get right up in their face, and it kind of helps people not beat the crap out of Sniper, too. It's a great item on Sniper, one of my favorites. It's basically what I build on him every time I play him.
I feel like if you could have your way, you could put Sanji Yasha and Aya Scotty on most heroes. They go in awkwardly brutal, trying to get out of there with a hook shot, but not so fortunate. He's going to get locked down. Great play there from Skywrath Mage. Bulk of that damage.
Yep. Yeah, brutal. They kind of made a good rotation in there, and he was just at the wrong spot at the wrong time. And just going back. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Huge.
Yeah, this is really important. Remember, we were talking about Tide Viper knowing just how important this vision is. Again, they throw it down, they put the high ground ward, and they're ready to start taking these.
Oh, look at him just jump right in.
The White Mask is going to get doomed. They're going to take him right away. Chakram going to go down on Cannibal. That's going to be too much for him, and Tiny going to fall too. That's the majority of the damage during this fight. Io forced to go back. Kipshaw's out. Oh, the Necrophos going to get his ult off, and that is scary. Oof, this is going to be certainly a tower. Certainly a tower.
Very, very smart engagement. I mean, they didn't give him the chance to really get their position up. Sorry about that little noise back there. They didn't really give him a chance to get ready for that. They just kind of jumped right in on him. And I think it really caught him off guard there. And it went so much in their favor because of that.
Yeah, and let's look at Tiny's items. So he doesn't have his AC finished yet. He has his Aghanim Scepter, so a little bit of extra tankiness here. He really would have liked to have his AC, but in spite of all the armor he already has, he just blew up during that fight.
Yeah, TA removes almost all of it. TA is removing 15? Yep. 15 armor, so basically counteracts almost all of his.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And look how forced back these guys are now. They take 2 sets of racks, and they know exactly how far they and how fast they can push. Taking 2 sets of racks that fast, just from 4 deaths on Where's My Tiny, and they're just storming the castle. Can they pull it back here? Kipshaw is going to go down. Oh! Where's My Tiny? He's getting blown up here. Look at the sniper, how much damage he's doing.
Yep.
Oh,
they let that sniper get a little bit away from him, and that's basically what happens.
Yep, there you go.
Get the sniper killed out from the back.
And there we go. There's GG going to be called. Oh, man, guys. Oh! I really liked the draft of Where's My Tiny, but they weren't able to pull it off. They had some good rotations there on Sniper. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, Yeah, those early rotations in from Templar Assassin. That's what we were afraid of. Ending the game with 10-2. We knew going into this game that Sugoi Senpai is extremely strong on Templar Assassin. Last time that hero was played, it was an absolute wipe. So I wouldn't call this a wipe. There was some really strong play, especially from the combination between Io and Tiny. Did you want to comment and kind of fill in some of the gaps and what you think happened here?
Sure. Like you said, I think Where's My Tiny had an excellent draft. I just feel like they would have been better off if they would have laned it differently. If they would have just had the Tiny safe lane with the Io there, I think it would have been a little bit better of a matchup for the Necro to go against the TA mid. And it would have actually let Tiny get a lot more farm. I think he still could have stacked, but I think the laning might have went better. Maybe he was afraid of the Timber Saw, but I think he would have had a better time with the Timber Saw in lane than he would have against the TA. But either way, they really shut down the clockwork in lane, and I think that was one of the big things they needed in this game, to have a strong foot to keep the aggression up. And I think when they shut down that clockwork, it kind of hurt them a lot.
Yep. Really great points. Okay, we're going to jump into the next set of games, and guys, just a few minutes away from that. So I wonder if we have any more hashtag HBCC photos to go through. We should check that out. Well, the stats are up. We'll find out sooner or later. Guys, don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching so far in this tournament. Hungry Bros Challenger Cup, that is going to be Where's My Tiny booted out. And we're going to be seeing here Tide Viper offlane facing up against, I'm actually not sure who won last game. Speaking of Words and Base versus the Cheetah Girls. The Cheetah Girls won.
Yep. I'm looking at the...
Oh my goodness, the Cheetah Girls. Dang.
Playing that Chaos Knight again, man. I love that hero.
Did they pick it up? Okay, well, there we see the updates here. Playoffs. Losers bracket, I guess, is going to be up next, and it's going to be Where's My Tiny versus Team Hard. Okay, so not going quite yet into the semifinals. Flip, guys, this is getting exciting. Keep in mind, these teams that are progressing are facing off for $100, and for first prize, $25 for second prize, and bragging rights. I think it's fair to say bragging rights, because Beef, our tournament it's going somewhere, man. It's going somewhere. Yeah. If you can say you won the 100.
We're getting a lot of cool people involved, you know what I mean? That's pretty sweet.
Dude, it's really serious. And there's some talk about some other really cool stuff. And one of the things being a semi-pro team being invited to the next event. So we could be seeing, them going, the winner playing against Not Today, CNB Gaming, London Conspiracy, some very, very high-end, the international qualifier level teams. So really cool developments, guys, and this is bragging rights. This is bragging rights that we're seeing potentially for these teams that are winning. Not just the cash, not just raising the money for charity, which is 90% of what this is all about, but also some bragging rights moved up. All right, so let's move on to the losers bracket, guys. Beef, how about you stay on Skype call? I'm not exactly sure what the schedule is for you next, but we'll talk, I guess, and sort that out.
I mean, yeah, I can hang out for a while. I know I'm casting, I think, in like an hour or so. But, yeah, I'll hang out for a little while. Yeah.
Cool. Well, actually, I don't think that I'm going to be casting the lower finals. Wait a minute. I think you are casting next game.
Oh, maybe I am. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're going to be casting... Okay, it's going to be Beef Nardo, Sly 570 with Georgia Power, and 82L Dylan is going to be the other caster. So, all right, great. Well, we're going to be taking a peek in on your game as you cast. So, Beefy, thank you so much for co-casting. Guys, if you want to follow Beef on Twitter, what's the best way, Beef?
On Twitter? I believe I'm just at Beef Nardo. So, you can follow me on Twitter, or my Twitch is twitch.tv/Beef Nardo. Either or. You can find me with Beef Nardo. Just, look up that.
Do it. Check this picture out. It says Meepo promotes a beer while enjoying the games.
It's good times.
There's a caption under your photo, Beef.
Nope. Is that bad?
No, it's not bad at all, man. It's cool.
All right, good. Just making sure that was part of the hype. Alrighty, I'm gonna head out and go see what is up with that other game. So I'll be posting on the chat then for people to come check the game.
All right, great. That's Beef Nardo, ladies and gentlemen. And like we just said, Beef Nardo is going to be casting next game, which is going to be the lower finals with Georgia Power and Sly 570. So make sure you tune into that. Also, we got 82L Dylan going to be casting, and I believe that is twitch.tv/disruptor. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in so far. Let me talk quickly about giveaways. We do have Beyond the Summit production staff has donated a picture of Crystal Maiden signed by Puppy. Get your mind around that. The Beyond the Summit staff giving us a picture of Crystal Maiden signed by Puppy. Really cool stuff. So at the end of the day, we're going to be taking a look at everybody who has donated. And if you have donated, you're eligible for that picture, okay? So let's raise some money for charity. If you do want to give, go to heartsupportgaming.com. At the front of the page, you're going to see there the link that you can donate to. It's all there. It's really simple. All you got to do is just make sure that you email us the proof of receipt. We're going to post the donation that you give on our site here. Oh, we got some more selfies going on. Dang. So make sure that you send us the email of your receipt. We've already got $410. Already got $410. And this from last week. Look at this. Hey, Dan. He was the man who broke the $400 goal to fight hunger in Edmonton, Alberta. And of course, we are fighting against hunger as a Dota community. As a Dota community, this is something that we are doing, guys. You're a part of it. So awesome. Thank you so much for joining the journey so far. And go to heartsupportgaming.com for the next step. Okay, guys, one quick thing here. What is going to be happening is I'm going to restart the stream because there actually was not a 2-minute delay on it. What that's going to do is it's going to give us a source button so you can switch it to low quality, medium quality, high quality, all that good stuff. But it's also going to make sure that everything is perfectly fair for our in-game scrims. So, guys, apologize that wasn't on before. Stream's going to go off right now. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be right back up. Might be a good time for you to share on Twitter. We're going to have an announcement. An email is going to be sent off that we are running the Hungry Bros Challenger Cup. Oh, look at that. B-Donk. My face after... Where's my tiny lots? Oh, I'm sorry, B-Donk. Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. Don't be scared because the stream is only down for a few minutes until the 2 minutes kicks in, which we're going to be right back at that point.